Hi everybody, I'm Mr. I. I'm going to be the other summer school speech teacher in addition to Mr. Herman. You've already met him through his video, and what I want you to know about the both of us is that we are the kind of teachers who are never going to ask you to do anything that we're not going to provide a model for. Now oftentimes the model will be ourselves. I am a big fan of doing exactly what I ask you to do, and so our first speech this semester for you, the first one that you're going to be assessed on, is the Two Truths and a Lie speech. What you need to know about that is that you're going to be assessed on every skill that we'll teach you, and then eventually you will end up gaining those skills. You see, this is like a pre-assessment just to see where you are, some baseline knowledge of your skills. Something that you should keep in mind as you do these speeches is that you should have someone recording you on your device, your cell phone or your iPad or whatever you have in order to record you so that you can do the reflection that we will have for you later on. So today I'm going to give you my Two Truths and a Lie speech. I'm going to use openers, transitions. I'm also going to use open body language and a clear vocal quality. See how you can spot the way that I open my stories, the way that I transition from one to another, the way that I use my voice and my gesturing in order to engage my audience. As you watch, think about how you can do this for yourself. So without further ado, I'm going to start my speeches. So there are three important things that you need to know about me. The first is that I'm an undefeated mixed martial artist. The second is that I once saved my little brother's life. And the third is that I used to be an entertainer in Walt Disney World. I'm going to tell you each of these stories in order, and I want you to guess which one is a lie. The first, an undefeated mixed martial artist. You see, in 7th grade, I started wrestling. And I wrestled all the way until my senior year of high school, and I was pretty good. I was a state qualifier most years, but then my senior year, my lung collapsed. That's a whole story in and of itself, but long story short here, I was damaged goods to my wrestling team after that. I couldn't wrestle. They wouldn't cover me on the insurance for the school. I was devastated. It was my senior year. I was supposed to go downstate. I was supposed to get a medal and all that good stuff, but I couldn't. So in my depressive state, one of my friends tried to cheer me up by showing me the UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship, and I was hooked. It was cage fighting. It was wrestling and a whole bunch of other stuff. And so I started training at a gym near me. I would spend about $100 a month on a gym membership and trained for 2 years before my trainer said that I would be ready for a fight. And I took my first fight after 2 years of training. And in 3 years total, I had 3 fights. I was undefeated with 2 judge decisions and 1 knockout via head kick. Now, when I'm not hurting people through mixed martial arts, sometimes I save people, especially the people I love. So when I was a little kid, I actually got the chance to save my brother's life. You see, my little brother Alex is something of a daredevil, and we grew up with an above-ground pool. Now, Alex is 6 years younger than me. So when I was 11 years old and Alex was 5, and we were hanging out in the backyard on the deck waiting for our parents to come out so that we could officially go swimming for the summer, he jumped in. No life preserver, no water wings, he just jumped, because that's the kind of human being Alex is. So he jumped in, and I dove in after him, and I dove in too far. I hit the bottom of my pool and dislocated my shoulder, swam up and grabbed him with the other arm and screamed for our parents. And there's the two of us kicking around, barely treading water before my dad could jump in and save us both. So I sort of indirectly saved Alex and at the same time separated my shoulder. If it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't be sitting here right now telling you this story. Speaking of storytelling, I was once an entertainer in Walt Disney World. Spent a year there, in fact, because I'm not good at Spanish. It's a weird transition, but stick with me. I had a Spanish class at a community college that I went to for 2 years, and in my second year, I had this Spanish class, and I wasn't very good at speaking Spanish. So what I would do when we had to give presentations in Spanish is I would make them entertaining and fun to watch. That ended up helping my grade a lot. My professor at the time said that I was a natural talent for entertainment and I should look into this Disney college program. It was an internship in which you go to the Disney parks and you work in one of the parks. One of the possibilities was being an entertainer. and I thought that was pretty cool, so I went to an informational meeting on it, and eventually I ended up getting the role of the skipper on the world-famous Jungle Cruise attraction. I stayed there just under a year and entertained guests performing as the skipper there. You can find me on YouTube, and I actually met my wife there. Which one of those is the lie? Undefeated mixed martial artist, save my little brother's life, or entertainer in Disney World? You're gonna have to decide, but you're not gonna get to find out until Thursday when I actually get to see you guys. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. And in the meantime, work really hard because I am excited to see the kind of skills that you guys have for when I get there. And I'm excited to see how you guys can grow throughout this semester. See you Thursday.